Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 720th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Just to say, this is a first for our channel. After 720 battles, this is a first because this is a 40k each, no rules battle. Okay, so 40,000 denarii each, but no rules. Okay, I think this is the first type of this battle that we've ever put on our channel, and I think you'll find it quite exciting and very, very interesting, and also very diverse. This is probably one of the most diverse battles that I've ever been in, and as I say, 40k each and no rules, so it'll be an interesting one for you to watch. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto. Now Crypto's got 6 horse archers, 13 cataphracts and 1 artillery unit. Okay, so basically apart from the artillery unit, you've got a cavalry army there. How often do we see that? Very, very rare. And there you are, you've got his horse archers there. Okay, and just as a matter of interest, you might find it quite interesting there that these Armenian horse archers have got a 9 attack, a 7 missile and a 22 defense. That's how good these Armenian horse archers are. Although you think they take their pajamas off for the battle, wouldn't you? In fact, they were in pajamas in the battle. But yeah, so these Armenian horse archers, very, very good. And as I say, you don't see them on the battlefield very often. And then he's got his Armenian cataphracts there. He's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and used properly they can be battle-winning troops there. So as I say, there's an Armenian cavalry army there, and there's the artillery piece. As I say, don't forget, this is 40,000 denarii each and no rules. So, as I say, there is unusual to see artillery there, and very unusual to see an Armenian all-cavalry army. So, it'll be interesting to see how Crypto handles that during the course of the battle. Remember, all these armies and things are going to be experimental for us. We've never done this before. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Spearman. Now, he's got 8 horse archers, 8 camels, and a cavalry armoured general. Okay, so there's a Parthian horse archers there. Okay, and just for those of you that like statistics, they've got a 9 attack, a 7 missile, and a 10 defense. Okay, so that's the Parthian horse archers there. And then you've got the camels. Now you might think it's strange bringing armoured cataphract camels to a non-desert map, because of course in the desert they get a bonus, but as this isn't a desert map, they're not getting any bonus. But remember, camels bring a fear factor to enemy cavalry. Enemy cavalry don't like the camels, so the fear factor that they bring take the morale away from enemy cavalry, and therefore gives these camels a good chance of routing enemy cavalry. So it'll be interesting to see how these camels go. They do seem to move quite slow on the battlefield, though, I've noticed in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does with that all cavalry army there. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Uther. Now Uther has got 10 infantry, 3 archers, 2 cavalry and 5 artillery pieces. Okay, as I say, it's he's called himself Striker Q, but is Brotherhood member Uther. And if you have a look at the upgrades on his urban cohorts, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fully upgraded urban cohorts, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. How often do you see that? So his 9 urban cohorts are fully upgraded. Okay, and on top of that, he's even bought an eagle unit for extra morale on top of fully upgraded urban cohorts. So of course he's got infantry general for the morale bonus and the eagle bonus, plus the fully upgraded urban cohort. So he's got kind of maximum morale there with his infantry. It'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle there. I think that's a very interesting army there. And my guess is his cavalry will probably be quite, yeah, they are quite well upgraded as well, fully upgraded. Remember, this Praetorian cavalry, when it's fully upgraded, it lifts him out of the great bracket into the super bracket. And there's his 5 artillery pieces there, the onagers. Okay, so there's his onagers there, the artillery pieces. So let's say that's a pretty good Roman army there. Remember, it's 40k each and no rules. Our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has got 15 Spartans, 3 archers, and 2 artillery pieces, 2 onagers. Okay, so that's my army there. If you notice, I've got mixed upgrades here. You'll see Some of my units have got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, but the vast majority of my Spartans are just gold shield, gold attack there. Okay, so I think those 4 units there have got an experience stripe on, gold shield, gold attack, but the rest are just gold shield, gold attack there. And there's my honor guards there. Let's say I've got 2 lots of them. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do. So what a diverse team, and what an unusual team. We've got a cavalry army with Armenia. We've got cavalry army with spearmen. We've got Uther with Rome, and myself with Greek cities. What a cracking, unusual battle this is going to be for you to watch, and I really hope you enjoy this unusual battle. And here is the other team. We have brother member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got 7 archers, 2 spear warband, 5 fast-moving cavalry generals, and 6 berserkers. Okay, so there's the spear warband guys here. As you can see, they've got spears, so they're anti-cavalry, but you'd be surprised on how well they can hold up enemy infantry as well. In years gone by, a lot of Germanic armies had quite a few of these units in, but you don't see them used very often these days, but they can be very, very useful to a Germanic army. Okay, now he's got 4 general units here, cavalry general units here, and if you count the upgrades, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fully upgraded. Okay, now there's a reason he's bought these fast moving armoured cavalry generals, and you will see the reason for that a little bit later on, and it's a little bit bad for me, but you'll see what I mean. Right, here you'll see that he's got his 4 berserker units, but in fact he's actually got 6 berserker units, and sneaky Barclayman is being sneaky again and hiding 2 of his berserker units in the long grass. See the darker grass there? That's the long grass where you can hide units. So he's got 2 berserker units hiding in the long grass there. Okay, so sneaky Barclayman is trying to be sneaky again there. So that's his Germanic army. It'll be interesting to see how well that just does during the course of the battle. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Canary. Now Canary's got 6 horse archers, 8 headhunting maidens, 3 foot archers, and 2 artillery units, 2 onagers. So there's the horse archers of Scythia there. Okay, you don't see Scythia much on our usual battles there. So there's a close-up of their horse archers, just in case you might not have seen them before. Well armoured. These are our elite horse archers here, and I think you'll find it quite interesting. They've got a 10 attack, 8 missile, and a 12 defence. Okay, and here are the infamous headhunting maidens. Now that name maiden might make you think that they're innocent young girls, but they are far from that. These are the deadly ladies of Rome Total War. Okay, see those axes they carry? Those are effective against armour axes. And cavalry versus cavalry, I reckon this is the best cavalry in the game. They're not so good against infantry, but cavalry against cavalry, you see these headhunting maidens really go. And they are, as I say, I think cavalry versus cavalry, the best cavalry in the game. There's a general there, in with the headhunting maidens. He's got all those maidens there, look, for his support. And there's his artillery units there, the 2 onager units that he's got there as well. Okay, so that's Canary's Scythian army. Remember, all this is experimental for us because we haven't done this before. Okay, and the next teammate is brother member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 10 infantry, 3 cavalry, 3 elephants, and 3 artillery. If you notice here, he's got his silver shield legionnaires at the front of his army there. Okay, he's got silver shield legionnaires there, and he's got his pikemen in behind. Remember, these legionnaires look a little bit like urban cohorts. They can throw pilers, but they're not really anywhere good as urban cohorts. And here is his onagers here. So you can see there's going to be a lot of artillery there, and as I say, there's his pikes at the back of his battle formation. And here are the elephants. Okay, now these are war elephants, and those of you that like statistics, they've got a 16 defense, and get ready for this, 12 hit points. So 16 defense and 12 hit points they've got. They've got archers on the back of those elephants so they can shoot into enemy troops, and of course they've got a massive charge factor plus a massive fear factor as well, sapping morale from enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. So I think that's a pretty powerful Seleucid army there. And of course he's got his 3 cataphracts there. Quick look at the upgrades, and he's just got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Because make no mistake, those elephants are very expensive there. Okay, so that's a Seleucid army. Be interesting to see how well he uses that during the course of the battle. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member TR. Now TR has got 14 pikes, 2 cavalry and 3 archers. Okay, so that's TR's 40k Macedonian army there. So he's going to have some good upgrades on there. So just look at the diversity in this team. You've got Germania with Barclayman. You've got Scythia with Canary. You've got Seleucid with Aurelius. And you've got Macedon with TR. What a cracking battle this is. And as I say, it's all experimental to us. We've never done this before. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at our 40k no rules battle formations here. Can you see how I put a line of Spartans in front of my archers and artillery there to stop enemy being able to charge cavalry directly into either into my archers or my artillery there. So that's a line of Spartans there just to protect that. And if the enemy want to come around the flank, I've got these reserve Spartans here that I can move out to actually try and cover the flank there from enemy cavalry coming in trying to attack my archers or artillery. And there's Uther's Roman battle formation there. As you can see, he's defending his artillery units as well there with his infantry and archers. As we move across to our teammates there, you'll see that Crypto and Spearmen here have got their horse archers right out on the front of their deployment area there. You can see that they're going to be an out and out attack with those horse archers. This should be a great one for you to watch, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle, you'll see that Crypto here is going to be very aggressive right from the outset here. He's taking his fast moving horse archers across here, probably to target the 121 man units of Macedon there. Remember, those pike units are extremely susceptible to archer damage, but you can see here that Aurelius has brought his heavy cavalry over here to try and neutralize the fast moving archers there. But you can see here that the Armenian horse archers here, they can shoot into the enemy cavalry as they're actually moving away from them there. And you'll see that the Seleucid cataphracts there have suffered a few casualties there. It looks maybe like Crypto's going to take his fast-moving horse archers over towards the elephants. Maybe he's going to look to target the elephants. Let's pause the game for a second here. Just look here. Can you see this unit's been reduced from 54 men down to 40? It suffered that many casualties from those horse archers there, and the Seleucids haven't inflicted any casualties on the horse archers at all. But that just goes to show how powerful those horse archers can be. And as I say, this is the first time we've done a 40k no rules battle, so everything here is new to us as well. Tactics, strategy, army builds, it's all new to us. So please bear with us if you see any mistakes or anything. We're still learning this as well. So as you can see here, you'll see that the Seleucid cataphracts there of Aurelius here is trying to neutralize those horse archers. But here, as I say, you can see Crypto taking those horse archers over towards the elephants of Seleucid there. Now remember, those elephants have got, I think it's 12 hit points. I think they've got 16 defense and 12 hit points here. There you are. You can see them exchanging archer fire there between the elephants and the horse archers of Armenia. But as I say, the elephants have got 16 defense and a massive 12 hit points on top of that. So I can't see the elephants losing any men here at all. Just look at there. You can see those horse archers there just got caught by those elephants there. See the damage that the elephants have done to them there as well. So as I say, this is all new to us. I think probably Crypto thought there he could take out some of those elephants. But remember, he's near the red line. If any of his units get routed and they go over that red line, there's no chance of them rallying. Here you can you see how Aurelius has stretched his cataphracts out there to cover more ground there as he moves towards the horse archers. Okay, and over here you'll see you've got the Macedonian companion cavalry heading towards Crypto's horse archers, and you've got the Seleucid headhunting maidens, fast moving cavalry as well. So Crypto needs to watch out for his horse archers there, because they could well be caught by all this enemy cavalry heading towards him there. So as I say, Crypto wanted to be very aggressive right from the beginning of the battle there. And as I say, you can see archer exchanging going on there between the Seleucid elephants and the Armenian horse archers there. But as I say, look how close to the red line those horse archers are. Remember, like we said before, if any units go over those red line, no matter how big that unit is, they will not rally. So fighting by the red line can be a little bit of a disadvantage here. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So you'll see over here that Spearman's bought some of his horse archers over as well. Remember, Spearman and Crypto play together a lot. Very good support there. But you can see there's some Scythia horse archers coming over here to try and counter Spearman's horse archers there. You'll see, can you see that both Crypto and Spearman are in Canterbury circles there, just where the horses go round and round shooting arrows. Very difficult to kill for foot archers there. But here, as I say, you can see that Crypto's horse archers over here by the red line could well be trapped by a lot of enemy cavalry and those elephants as well. So he needs to be careful there, I think. He can still shoot arrows into the enemy cavalry there, but he needs to be careful he's not caught over there. I see he's bringing some more of his horse archers over here. Look, you can see, so he's got all 6 of his horse archers over here now, but just look how close he is to those red lines. Over here, unfortunately, Spearman's horse archers have been taken out. You can see some of Spearman's horse archers that he brought over here to help Crypto have now been taken out by the Scythian archers there, horse archers. Remember, those Scythian horse archers, pretty tough if you auto attack them as well. And it looks to me like, as I say, all those Parthian horse archers there that Spearman bought over have now been taken out. Now, as I say, Crypto needs to be careful over here with his horse archers. He needs to be careful because I think he could be possibly trapped there by enemy cavalry. That headhunting maiden made a mistake there, running into all those horse archers there, completely outnumbered. My guess is that headhunting maiden unit is going to be completely routed there, which it was there. Remember, he's got his 6 horse archers over here as Crypto, but just look at the enemy cavalry closing in on him. They are really closing in on him. Look from all directions. Make no mistake, they're looking to take out Crypto's horse archers there. Get ready for this, and bang, as that Seleucid cavalry smashes in there. Look at the Macedonian cavalry going in there as well. Look, and bang, that companion cavalry smashing in there. And then you've got the Scythian cavalry coming in as well. And oh my gosh. Okay, so poor Crypto here has lost all 6 of his horse archers. All 6 horse archers of Crypto has now been routed and taken out there. So yeah, Crypto wanted to be very, very aggressive right from the start of the battle, but unfortunately there, his horse archers got caught by all that enemy cavalry, and he has now lost all his horse archers. So this is not a very good start for our team at the beginning of this battle. But as I say, remember, this is 40,000 denarii each, no rules. We've never played this before, so this is all new army builds, tactics and strategy for us. Just look at those Parthian horse archers there going round in their Canterbury circles, shooting loads of arrows into enemy cavalry there. But I think now, after seeing what happened to Crypto's horse archers, Spearman's decided to take his horse archers away from that particular part of the battlefield there. I think that's a good move there by Spearman, taking his horse archers away. Meanwhile, over here on our right flank, you'll see that Sneaky Barclay Man has bought his 4 fast-moving, fully upgraded Barbarian Chosen Warlord Generals. Remember, they got hit points as well. And what I think he wants to do here on this flank, he knows on Greek cities I've got no cavalry. I think he wants to smash into either my archers or into my honor guards to take out the crew, a man in the honor guards there. Okay, that's why he's bought these cavalry round here. And I need to be aware of that. But I remember thinking, well, I've got cavalry support. I've got Uther's got a couple of cavalry there. And we've got all of Crypto's heavy cavalry there. So if that Germanic general Barclayman there tries to bring cavalry in, then surely my teammates there, with all the cavalry they've got, they'll be able to counter him there. As I say, it's very difficult with Spartans there to try and counter fast-moving cavalry units there. So as I say, you can see Uther and myself have lined up our infantry there, and may well start moving forward there towards the enemy troops. Okay, but as I say, unfortunately for us, to start the battle off, and one of our teammates has lost all his horse archers, so that's not a very good start for our team there. But anyway, you can see Spearman's horse archers there competing with the Scythian horse archers, both in Canterbury circles there, look, shooting arrows at each other here over on our left flank. But with all that enemy cavalry there, it might be a good idea, as I say, for Spearman to pull his cavalry away there. Now, with these honor guards, you've got two types of ammunition. You've got boulders or you've got fire pots. Now, the boulders are more accurate but do less damage. The fire pots are very inaccurate but can do a lot of damage. So it's up to you which type of ammunition you want to use. Now, what I want to do here is I want to try and keep the battle line along with Uther. If you notice, Uther's moving forward. Here you can see that I've now brought over a couple of Spartan units that I've put into a kind of as wide formation as I can there, to try and protect my honor guards and archers from those fast moving Germanic cavalry. But as Uther's moving forward here, I feel I need to keep up with his troops, like, you know, keep the battle line in line, if you see what I mean. But those fast moving Germanic cavalry units there, I think is just waiting for me to move forward there. So it disrupts my formation. He can move his cavalry in there to try and take out my archers or honor guards. So I need to be careful of that. As I say, you can see Uther shooting there. I think he's firing mostly boulders. As I say, the boulders are accurate but do less damage. The fire pots are not that accurate, but they can do a lot of damage there. Okay? And I think what the enemy team are using, I think they're shooting boulders mostly towards Uther's artillery. So they're obviously targeting Uther's artillery there with the accurate boulders there, where you can see Uther is shooting fire pots into the enemy troops there. Okay, let's pause the game for a second. So as you can see here, I'm moving my battle formation forward, but now you can see the fast moving barbarian general cavalry units moving over here. Make no mistake, they will be looking to target my either my archers or my honor crew there. Okay, but as I say, hopefully my allies there with all this cavalry will be able to neutralize that Germanic cavalry before they can do any damage to my my kind of infantry there. You can see I'm moving the Spartans across there as fast as I can in open order. They're trying to counter those Germanic cavalry attacks there, but make no mistake, they're fast moving. Let's see how he can run there faster than I can move my Spartans there. Now he can charge either into my onagers or into my archers there. Unfortunately, my allies haven't noticed this, otherwise they'd have brought their cavalry over to help. Look, and bang, as that cavalry unit charges in there. Now what they can do here, they can take out all my onager crew and just make my artillery units useless here, which is what Barclay Mann's doing there with those Germanic units. That was a nice hit by him. I just hope my allies can bring some cavalry over here to kind of neutralise this this Germanic cavalry there. And you can see Uther bringing his cavalry across now. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So if we have a look, remember that Uther had 5 artillery units here, but he's put them quite close together, if you notice. So they are targets there. Like, can you see these onagers have been wrecked? Can you see they've been wrecked by boulders? I can tell that they've been using boulders and not fire pots, because you can't see any flames there, but you can see the dust that the boulders throw up. So you can see that Uther's lost several of his onagers there from the boulder hits. But as I say here, Uther's bringing his cavalry across now to help hopefully neutralise these Germanic cavalry. I'm hoping that my onager team units will rally and come back to the onagers, because that's a lot of money those onagers are, and to not have them shooting would be a real waste of money there. But as I say here, you can see Uther here has suffered a lot of casualties there from those boulders, and now I see Uther's switch from fire pots to boulders now. Okay, as I say, remember the boulders are accurate but do less damage. The fire pots are pretty inaccurate but can do a lot of damage there. Here you can see Uther's cavalry now has come over and chased off those Germanic units. And as I say, my onager teams, they're returning to their onagers now. Look, they have been battle depleted, but hopefully they will be able to work the onagers with the men that they've got left there. So all is not lost in regard of my onagers there, okay, because those Macedonian units are pretty tightly put together there, so I'm hoping I could cause some casualties with my troops. There you can see the boulders, the enemy boulders coming in on Uther's onagers there. There you are, you can see them coming in, bang, bang, as they shoot in there. And as I say, Uther switched from fire pots now to the boulders, look, and probably trying to target their artillery. I think it's a good idea to use the accurate boulders to target enemy artillery, and once you've taken them out, you can then use the fire pots against enemy infantry there. But you can see that Uther's lost a lot of his artillery units there. He's only got, I think, these 4 units left. That's just those 4 onagers left. The rest have been wrecked by enemy boulders being shot into his onagers there. As I say, when you use onagers, you should try and spread them out if you can, obviously, because if they're in a close, tight group, they're easy targets for the enemy there. But you can see there that our archers, Uther's archers there, are shooting into enemy archers as well. So that's good cover for his onagers there, because obviously the enemy archers would want to target the onager teams there. There you can see them. Let's see how they've loaded it and then fire their boulders over there. You can see those boulders heading towards the enemy troops there. And you can see my artillery there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to concentrate fire pots onto the enemy team. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm not facing any artillery myself. There, could you see how inaccurate the fire pots were? Did you see they just hit the ground way in front of the enemy troops? Over here you can see Crypto went for the enemy archers with 2 of his cataphracts there, but unfortunately he got intercepted by those headhunting maidens. So he's lost one of his cataphracts there. But there, did you see there, one of my artillery units just took out, shot a fire pot into Uther's units. That's how inaccurate fire pots are. So I just killed some of my allies' infantry with one of my own fire pots there. Okay, but here you can see Uther there, still got 1 or 2 of his onagers left that he's shooting in there. As I say, the fire pot's very inaccurate but can do a lot of damage, whereas the boulders are more accurate but they kind of don't do a lot of damage there. There, look at the fire pots. Look how poor they're doing there, how they're missing the enemy troops because they're so inaccurate. But if one of those fire pots hits one of those enemy units, it can cause massive damage. It could take out half a unit if one of the fire pots hits that unit. You can see look at the fire pots. All missed. Well, they got that archer, a few in that archer unit there, but most of those fire pots are missing the enemy troops. Let you see. You can see how many were firing there, but they're, as I say, they're missing the enemy. Most of them missing the enemy troops there. So here you can see the Germanic general Barclayman has moved some of his archers forward there to try and target my archers. What they'd like to do is take out my archers, and then they can move their archers forward to try and target my onagers. There, you can see that fire pot hitting the Germanic ranks there. As I say, what I'd like to do is hit those Macedonian units because they're really tight, close formation there, and they could do a lot of damage. But here you can see the Germanic archers moving forward there to get into range of my archers. And all I would like to do now is for those Macedonian battle formation to move forward there, because those units are in close, tight formation, and a fire pot hitting any of those units would cause major damage. Remember, usually when you're facing fire pots, you put your infantry in open formation. Remember, units in open formation suffer less damage from missiles than units in close, tight formation. Here you can see, I think most of the Seleucid artillery has been taken out by Uther. Uther was targeting them with boulders there, so he's taken most of the Seleucid artillery out, so that's good news for us. Okay, meanwhile over here on our left flank you'll see that Crypto is going for enemy archers over there, but he needs to watch out for the enemy cavalry there as well. Okay, and to say Uther's Julii Roman army, look, he's moving forward here, very aggressive, very attacking there with his Roman troops there. Remember, his troops are fully upgraded, and he's got an eagle unit and an infantry general there as well to give extra morale as he moves forward. There, did you see one of my fire pots there hit Uther's infantry again in the rear there? That's how inaccurate these fire pots are. There you can see a couple of fire there. Can you see a fire pot there landed once again? I think it hit Uther's armed infantry and Germanic infantry there. But the fire pots will do a lot of damage to this Macedonian formation there, because it's in close, tight formation. And as I say, that's just what the fire pots like to hit, is infantry in close, tight formation there. You'll be able to tell how many people have been killed by fire pots by the charred black bodies on the battlefield. Right, so you can see the Macedonians there moving towards my thin Spartan line there. Okay, you can see the Macedonians doing that, and you can see Germanic general taking archers around the flank. Meanwhile, over here on our right flank, our left flank, you'll see Crypto attacking with his well-upgraded cataphracts here. Now, this has got the potential to be a massive cavalry battle here, because I got a feeling that all the enemy cavalry is going to come in on Crypto here, and this could be absolutely massive. Okay, and this could possibly prove decisive to the outcome of the battle there. Okay, so remember, Crypto has got the Armenian cataphracts there. Okay, and you can see the Scythian headhunting maidens. You can see that the Seleucid general has put in infantry units there, but here comes Spearman's camel cataphracts as well, and here they come like a bang as they charge in there as well. Now remember, the camel cataphracts take morale away from enemy cavalry. Enemy cavalry don't like the camels. There you already can see the headhunting maidens charging as well. Right, okay, so we've got all of Crypto's cataphracts, we've got all of Spearman's camel cataphracts charging in there as well. And look, we can see Uther's throwing in a couple of his Julii infantry units there as well. Okay, you've got all of Scythian, the headhunting maidens. You've got some Seleucid infantry there, silver shield infantry there, being thrown in as well as their cataphracts there as well. So as I say, this has got the potential to be an absolute massive cavalry on cavalry with some infantry thrown in as well here. Okay, but as I say, the camels there, the camel cataphracts there, they do take morale away from enemy cavalry, and you can see those camel cataphracts charging in there as well. Oh my gosh, it looks like Crypto and Spearman have done extremely well here on our left flank. They have routed all the enemy cavalry here from what I can see, and they've taken out those Silver Shield Legionnaires as well. What a great charge that was by both of them there. So well done to Crypto and Spearman on our left flank. I know Crypto lost all his horse archers there, but I think between them they've certainly made up for that there by taking out all the enemy cavalry. They'll chase down the enemy cavalry, won't let it rally either there. So really well done to them on our left flank. They've done really well there, so that was good. From our team here, you can see Uther's Julii army attacking. Here you can see my Spartans there facing the Macedonians. Over here you can see that Germanic cavalry looks like it's charging in to my Spartan units there. Now what I'd like to draw your attention to are these berserker units being brought round our flank. Okay, you can see here that Barkyman is bringing those berserker units round there, probably looking to try and get in behind my Spartans there if he can with those berserker units. Now remember, Barkyman's got 6 berserker units. We'll have a look at the other 3 in a minute, but there you can see his Germanic cavalry. I'm not sure what he was doing there. He looks to me like he was just charging them straight in to Spartan units there. And even though they're really fully upgraded and tough, they're not going to do a lot against Spartans there, I don't think. So you can see him backing off there with his routed cavalry. But as I say, these berserkers coming round here, as I say, looking to get in behind me. So what I'm thinking about doing here is using my archers. Okay, I'm going to attack those berserker units with my archers. Now remember, if enemy units touch or get close to berserkers, it activates them, and then the Germanic general loses all control of those berserker units. And if they do that, they'll attack the nearest unit, which are my Spartans here, with their spears down, and they will kill those berserkers quite quickly. So as I say, I'm looking to kind of sacrifice my archers there to go out to activate those berserkers, and then hopefully those berserkers will attack my Spartans head on there. Okay, but as I say, over here you can see the berserkers there have been released. The other 3 berserkers have been released here to attack Uther's Julii army there. Okay, you can see that there. And there's the other 2 berserkers over there. They're all attacking Uther's Julii infantry there. Now, as I say, Uther had those really good upgrades, maximum upgrades on his infantry, but you got the elephants here, the Seleucid elephants as well. They will be taking morale away from our troops as well. Remember, those elephants got a big charge factor. They got those archers shooting into us, and they've got a big fear factor as well. Look at these elephants fighting these camel cataphracts there. So as I say, don't underestimate the power of elephants on the battlefield there. But as I say, this is all new to us, 40k no rules battle, so we're all learning in this battle ourselves. Okay, so over here, as you can see there, I've intercepted a couple of those berserker units with my archer units, which I'm going to sacrifice there to try and activate these berserkers, and then hopefully they'll charge straight in to my Spartans head on into the spears there, and hopefully my spears will kill them quite quickly. There you are. You see, I've activated one of those berserker units. Over here, this is a nice cavalry charge by Crypto. Look, bang, as he charges into that berserker unit there. You can see that berserker unit still pretty tough against that cavalry, but it's so outnumbered there that I'm guessing that berserker unit and the other berserker unit charged in there as well will both be killed quite quickly there. So you can see a TR moving his Macedonians forward there towards the thin line of my Spartans there. You can see I'm still shooting fire pots towards the Macedonians there, and bang, as those fire pots, look at the damage that the fire pots just did to one of those close tight Macedonian formations there. That one unit there, look at the dead. Remember, the charred burnt bodies are the ones that have been killed by the fire pots. Look at that damage that fire pot's just done to another one of the Macedonian units there. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So over here on our right, unfortunately, I think all of Uther's infantry has now been routed, including his general there. You can see the combination of elephants there and cataphracts there that charged into him there, and you can see now, and the berserkers as well. So his troops had morale sapped away from all the berserkers, look, and the elephants sapped the morale from his troops, and he's now routed. Now these berserkers, look, could come into the flank of my Spartans and literally roll that Spartan line up from left to right there. If they hit there, 3 berserker units coming in could be bad news for me. Now over here on our left flank, you'll see that Spearman seems to be backing his cavalry off away from these elephants. Which could be a good move for him there. He doesn't really want to get involved with that, because those elephants will kill loads of his cavalry if they get a chance there, not only with their archer fire, but with their attacking specifications as well. And also, don't forget, camels and cavalry don't like elephants either. Takes their morale away. So there's those 3 berserker units that attacking the flank of my Spartans. You've got a Macedonian unit in behind my Spartans too. As I say, they could roll my entire Spartan line out there. You can see that my own fire pots have hit some of my Spartan units there, but just look at the damage that the fire pots have done to the Macedonians there. You can see there the damage that the fire pots have done. As I say, they are very inaccurate, but if they do hit, they can cause major damage to enemy troops, which is good. But as I say, I think my Spartans have been hit by my own artillery at least twice, I think. And I've lost quite a few men from my own artillery there. But look at those berserkers, as we thought. Let's pause the game for a second here. Rolling my Spartans up from left to right. Look, they've already routed these 2 Spartan units. Okay, those berserkers hitting me from the flank there. So unfortunately for me, they've come in at the wrong angle there. If they'd come in directly in front of my Spartans, they'd probably been killed. But now those and then the Macedonian units are pressing in on me as well. Meanwhile, over here on our right flank, you see Crypto bought his cataphracts over here, hopefully looking to take out these Germanic archers here that have been shooting into us for ages. There you might have saw one of my fire pots there just land in the back of one of my Spartan units, look, and just routed that Spartan unit from its own artillery. So as I say, if you use fire pots, it is a double-edged sword there. Look, oh, that was a good shot. That landed right in the middle of those berserkers, killed a lot of them, so that's good news for us there. But as I say, those fire pots are so inaccurate, they can often kill your own troops as well as the enemy troops there, so they are a double-edged sword really. But as I say, you can see, let's pause the game for a second. This is nice by Crypto here, getting his cavalry in behind there, take out the enemy archers there, so that's a good thing for us. And as I say, over here, at the back, you can see that Spearman's bringing some of his camel cataphracts into the fray as well. Okay, but those berserkers there have been really causing my Spartans a lot of damage, routing a lot of my units there. And as I say, you've got the Macedonians pushing in on me as well with those long pikes. There's another fire pot going to see, completely missed the Macedonians there and that. And there's another fire pot going there. Look, that's one. I think that's a fire pot from my own artillery there. Just killed some of Crypto's cavalry there, killing my own allies' cavalry there. Even though I'm aiming at the Macedonians there, you can see how inaccurate they are. But as I say, you can see the Macedonians now moving towards Crypto's cavalry. And over here you'll see that the Macedonians are really pushing in on my Greek cities here. Now remember, look at the difference between the long pikes of the Macedonians and the short spears of my Spartans there, really pushing in there. So, and as I say, over here you can see the elephants there. Oh, that's a bit of luck. All the elephants were just killed there by our Parthian ally there, Spearman. Okay, you can see him using his camels here. He needs to be careful against those pikes, so he'll lose a lot of his men there if he's not careful. You can see he's lost a lot of his camels there against those Macedonian pikemen. So, as I say, unfortunately, all of Uther's army has been taken out, and it's my short-speared Spartans against the massive pikes of Macedon here. And luckily, though, I've got a lot of cavalry support here. You can see Spearman here with his cataphract camels looking to smash, I think, into the rear of those engaged Macedonian pikemen there. There you go. You can see those camels. But unfortunately, those camels, I think, are tired, so they're moving slowly, giving the Macedonian general trying to turn his pikes. Look, and look at the casualties that poor old Spearman suffered there from those long pikes of Macedon as he's charged in there. That's the problem with the camels. They tend to move slowly, and it gives the enemy time to turn and face them as they're coming in. And as I say there, you can see that poor old Spearman lost a heck of a lot of his camel cataphracts there. Let's just pause the game for a second. Just look at the number of dead there. Look at all those camels that he just lost there on those Macedonian pikes. So that was unfortunate for us there. You've got Crypto's cataphracts there going around the battlefield, doing very good, hitting enemy targets there as well. But as I say, you can see enemy Seleucid pikemen here closing in on my Spartans. You've got archers there coming in as well, all heading in towards my Spartans there, and you've got all those Macedonian pikemen as well. Okay, now what the Seleucid general would like to do is kill my general. Can you see my general's very exposed to getting a hit from those Seleucid pikemen coming in on that flank? So we'll have to see there what happens to my general. But over here you'll see my Spartans engaging those Macedonians there. And you can see the Macedonians there still putting a few pike units towards our allies' cavalry there, just to stop them coming back in to attack them again. Okay, but you can see here that Crypto's got his cataphracts out there, and there's a few units of those cataphract camels there ready to be used as well. But as I say, as the Macedonians here move in on my Spartans there, making the most of those long pikes as they come in. And as I say, you can see the Seleucid pikes coming in as well. There's some Germanic infantry out there as well. I think that's Spearman there as well that can be brought into the fray. But as I say, the cataphracts of Crypto here, he's just looking to get in behind the enemy Macedonians, make no mistake about that. But here you can see I was going to move a couple of units in behind the Macedonians myself here to try and charge and hold and pin them there, maybe allowing our allies' cavalry to get in behind them while they're being held and pinned by my Spartans. But just look at, if we just pause the game for a second here, you'll see, look at the length of those Macedonian pikes. This is a good example of this. Look at the length of those Macedonian pikes. Now look how short my Spartan spears are. So that's the disadvantage that Spartans have got fighting these big, long piked factions here. So as I say, I'm attacking there with my Spartans there against the Macedonians. Now this is a nice move by Crypto. He's got in behind the Macedonians. Now if he charges in, into those pinned units, he could cause a lot of casualties there. I think that's my general just been taking it. Right, there goes the cavalry. Look, and bang, as he charges in. Routed that Macedonian unit on impact, but he needs to get his cavalry out of there now, because that Macedonian general unit has just turned on him there. And oh my gosh, Crypto's lost a lot of his cavalry there in that attack. He routed that one Macedonian unit, so well done to him there, but he did lose a lot of his cavalry. Now you can see there's a lot. Do you see that fire pot shoot in there then? Killed a lot of those Macedonian units there, soldiers in that unit, so that was good news for us there. But as I say, I think all I can see now is just a few Macedonian units left there, including the Macedonian general unit moving towards us there. So it'd be interesting to see how we're going to take that Macedonian general out. We've still got some horse archers left that we could alt attack and charge in if we wanted to. But here you can see I'm using some of my Spartan units on this last Macedonian unit in this area. I should now move them over towards the general there, the Macedonian general. We've got cavalry in behind that Macedonian general there. So that's good news. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So you can see I'm going to pin and hold that Macedonian general unit there, and hopefully the cavalry here, he will alt attack, the spearmen will alt attack and smash into the back of that Macedonian general there. So it could be a hammer and anvil attack there on that general. It'd be interesting to see if that's what's going to happen here. Okay, so you can see my Spartans moving up there. I'm going to move a couple of units in behind that Macedonian general with a view to charge in behind him there, so that he's being hit from the front, the flank and the rear. And you can see, right, that's good news for us. We just killed the Macedonian general, and here comes Spearman's horse archers. It wouldn't surprise me if he just charged one unit in there, and I should imagine that Macedonian unit would crack on impact, and bang, as that cavalry unit charges in there. So that's the Macedonian general unit just been taken out. So that's good news for us, and it looks to me like our team has just about managed to go on to win the battle there. As we just finished those out there. But if I pull back a little bit here, look at the size of this battlefield. It's massive, and there was things going on all over the battlefield at the same time. I tried to get most of it in there. Over here, you can see it looks like a Germanic and cataphract cavalry battle there. Looking at the dead, there's some of my Spartans there have been killed. And move across here, you can see that Germanic cavalry. I think that's where they charged into the flank of my units. As I say, if we move across the battlefield here, over here, you can see that's where a great deal of our cavalry was lost there. There you can see a line of my Spartans there dead. You can see that there. It's probably killed by Macedonian pikemen there. That's where the battle line was there, where I was facing those Macedonians there. But you can see so many dead in this particular part of the battlefield. And remember, all the black charred bodies you see on the battlefield there have been killed by fire pots. Okay, so all the charred bodies there, that's what the fire pots have done. So you can see a lot of my own units were killed by my own artillery there. There you are. You can see a lot of Macedonian dead there, Germanic dead there as well, I think, from those fire pots there. That's because the Macedonians were in tight, close formation. The fire pots did a lot of damage there. As we move across the battlefield here, you can see there, look at that, is that like a line of Seleucid troops there that looked like they were taken out. And as we move across over here, you can see more dead. There you can see an amok elephant there, just leaving the battlefield there, one of Aurelius's there, but you can see all that artillery has been taken out. Over here, that was a massive, that was that massive cavalry battle we saw. Look at the cataphracts there, dead, Scythians dead there as well. As we move over here, that is more dead. And I think this was Uther's artillery there that all been taken out. You can see the dead elephants there as well. So as I say, there was stuff going on all over the battlefield. You can see this artillery has been wrecked probably by boulders that hit it. Look. And that one onager still left, but would have probably run out of ammunition there. But you can see the damage that those boulders can do to those onagers there. So as I say, the boulders are accurate, but the fire pots do more damage but are inaccurate there. So Crypto, look, it's got 1 unit, 2 units. So Crypto's got 2 units left out of his entire army. So that just goes to show how much of a battle of attrition this was there. So he's got 2 units left, and as we said, of course, Uther, I think, had all his units have been routed there. So yeah, all of Uther's units have been routed there, but he'd been very aggressive with his Roman army there. So as I say, Crypto got 2 units left. All of Uther's army has been routed. I think Spearman's got several cavalry units left, but they're all very battle depleted. So as I say, this was a real battle of attrition here, and could have gone either way. But as I say, it's the first 40k no rules battle we fought, so it's all experimental there. Here on this battlefield, so any mistakes we made army build wise or tactics and strategy, it's all a learning curve. There you go, there's all those charred black bodies from the fire pots that were hitting those tight, close Macedonian units. That's just what fire pots like, to hit close, tight units there. So whenever you face fire pots, a little tip there, put your infantry in open order and try and spread them out a bit. I think that's the last of the Macedonian pike units have been taken out there. So I think that that is definitely the end of the battle now. I think that was the last of the enemy troops there. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. Bearing in mind this is a brand new game for us, I thought everybody played well. 40k no rules. As you can see, it was a close victory and a real battle of attrition, I thought there. Highest kills in the game. Surprisingly enough, goes to my Greek city's army there. 1,783 kills, not bad. That's not too bad kills there, so quite pleased with that. So well done to Barclayman with Germania, got some quite good kills there with his Germanic army. Maybe not as many as he wanted to there, but I thought he did well, and he played his berserkers very cannily. Well done to Canary there, got some good kills with his Scythians there. Did well. Well done to Aurelius. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, especially with his elephant, but he did well. And well done to TR. So really well played, guys. Let's say it's the first time we've ever played that type of battle, so I thought you guys played really well. Well done to Crypto there, very aggressive with his Armenian army there, his all cavalry army. I thought he did really well. Well done to Spearman, very aggressive as well with his all cavalry army. He did extremely well. And well done to Uther as well with his Roman army, did really well as well. I just you know, look at the diversity of this battle. I thought it made it even more interesting. Greek cities, Armenia, Parthia and Rome in our armies there. I mean, 2 cavalry armies as well in that. And then the other team, like Germania, Scythia, Seleucid and Macedon, all very diverse. So 8 different factions in this battle. How unusual is that? And I say, we just thought, bearing in mind RTW is now over 18 years old, we tried to think of ways now to make it more interesting. And playing a 40k battle with no rules, we thought was something different, like, you know, trying to spice it up, trying to mix it up a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed this very unusual battle. If you did, please leave us a comment or a thumbs up. See you soon.